HTC is back with the U12 Plus, the successor to last year's U11 Plus. This is another big screen phone. It has a 6-inch display with a Quad HD Plus resolution. And actually this year, HTC isn't even going to make a smaller version, so it's just the U12 Plus for now. Design-wise, it's very similar to the U11 Plus. Honestly, you'll have a hard time telling them apart, even if they're side by side. The big change this year is 2 front-facing 8-megapixel cameras. And that basically just allows you to get the bokeh effect for selfies, or if you're doing video calls or something like that. There's no stabilization, unfortunately, but it's still a big step up from before. And on the back, you've got 12-megapixel and 16-megapixel cameras that'll give you a 2x optical zoom with stabilization, and also a decent amount of bokeh effect too. HTC is really sticking with the design it had last year, so the case is pretty much all metal and glass, and there's one color, translucent blue, that actually gives you a bit of a look inside the phone too. That's kind of a nice effect and something you won't find on other phones. HTC's Edge Sense feature also makes a return. That lets you enable new functionality just by squeezing the phone. There's a new double tap feature. If you actually squeeze the edges twice, it'll reduce the screen down to something that's more compact and manageable for one-handed usage. And HTC is also using those sensors in cool new ways. If you're holding the phone and you lean over to the side like you're trying to lay it down, it'll actually keep the phone in portrait mode instead of auto-rotating to landscape. That's pretty useful if you end up laying down in the couch or in bed and you want to keep reading it in portrait mode. Under the hood, it's running a Snapdragon 845 processor and 6 gigabytes of RAM. You'll also be able to choose from 64 gigabytes or 128 gigabytes of storage. Overall, it feels like a solid Android phone, pretty much what HTC is known for. There's nothing truly revolutionary here, but it's a good upgrade, especially if you're running an older device and you're a fan of HTC's phones. You'll be able to grab the U12 Plus on Verizon, T-Mobile, or AT&T in the US. Unfortunately, there's no Sprint support. You'll be able to pre-order it from HTC's website or Amazon on May 23rd, and it'll start shipping in early June. Unfortunately, we don't have pricing details yet, but hopefully we'll hear more about that soon. Stay tuned to Engadget.com for more in-depth coverage of the U12 Plus.